Okay, Rob from Athletic Evolution here, guys. So, last one of the little series around what's the difference between relative age effect and physical maturation. So, discuss what relative age effect was, and discuss what maturation is. So, now it's time to talk about the nuances. So, often I hear coaches using relative age effect and maturation status interchangeably, and that's not correct. So, I talked about how you could be a quartile 1, 2, 3, or 4 player, and often be overrepresented because of the cutoff year. But actually, you start to see that trend long before maturation and physical differences are in place. So actually, you'll get a relative age effect in under 8s, under 9s, under 10s before kind of puberty's hit, and then there's this big disparity around early on time and late maturers. So clearly there's something else going on there. It's not necessarily physically. Maybe it's cognitive, maybe it's something else. Maybe it's just experience, because at the age of under 10s, if someone's born on the 1st of January versus the 31st of December, they've got a year's more experience. And at the age of 10, that's a lot of time. So you can actually be a quartile 1 player and be an early on time or late maturer. And you could be a quartile 4 player and be an early on time or late maturer. So your chronological age and where you sit in that cutoff year for that sport or academics or whatever it is has absolutely no bearing onto whether you're an early and on time or a late maturer. So you can't just say, oh, he's a Q1 player, so he's obviously an early maturer, and he's a Q4 player, so he's obviously a late maturer. No, it doesn't work like that. So what we see in that relative age effect of overrepresentation of Q1 and Q4, actually they could be early maturers, on time, late. Typically there will be early maturers, but actually that Q4 guy who's managing to hang in there by the skin of his teeth, he actually could be an early maturer as well. And that's the whole reason he's managing to stay in there. So they're different statistics or different pieces of data to inform different things. So relative age effect just relates to chronological age and what day you arrived on the planet. Your maturity status, so early, on time or late, gives us a bit more of an understanding of what's under the bonnet. So, okay, yeah, your manufacturing year, if you like, was 2000 for all these guys, but what's under the bonnet? Is someone kicking a 3-litre engine? Is someone kicking a 1.2-litre engine? And that's what maturation status is telling us, is actually, if we compare all these people in a chronological year, we could actually end up comparing apples and oranges. So we might have loads of early maturers who are apples, we might have loads of late maturers who are oranges. What we want to do is sort through them all and go, okay, these are all our early maturers, they're all our apples, these are all our late maturers, they're all our oranges. Let's compare all these guys to each other to see where they sit. Let's compare all these guys to each other where we sit. So actually, in order to get a better understanding of our athletes and their physical performance, their technical performance, their ability, all those kind of things, we need to consider both relative age effect and physical maturation. So it's not enough to just say, yeah, I know the spread of date of birth in my squad. That doesn't give you enough data. What you need to know is the maturation status. So why are your athletes early, on time or late maturers? Because that should inform your decision making about comparisons of ability, etc. and also selection, deselection. So there you have it. That's the difference between relative age effect and physical maturity and growth.